respond to the challenges in the education system pipeline? Launched together with the MasterCard Foundation through its Leaders in Teaching initiative, the overarching goal of the program is to improve learning outcomes in STEM for secondary school students and increase the number of girls and boys who pursue STEM education at the tertiary level. During the COVID-19 school break, over 1,000 teachers in Rwanda benefited from technology-enabled teacher training on gender-responsive pedagogy, mastery of content, English proficiency, and social media engagement. 300 plus teachers completed an internationally accredited course.
Good morning.
Active ICT pedagogical skills by
Good morning once again, and welcome to the Canadian edition of the AIMS TTP Learning Seminar and Teacher Award Ceremony. Sorry for the late start.
And passion,
Apologies
the AIMS teacher training program in Rwanda.
We're going to begin the ceremony this morning with an opening remark from AIMS. So I'd want to invite, actually before we get to the opening remarks, I need to acknowledge the presence of our partners and our guests. So first and foremost, I'd like us to, with a round of applause, welcome, and I'll mention the names and then we do the applause after. So the first name is Miss Lydie Hakizimana, who's the AIMS CEO. She's with us this morning. We also have Batia Blankes, Chanen CEO. Please give us a wave. We also have in our presence Professor Sam Yala from AIMS Rwanda. The president of AIMS Rwanda, I need to emphasize. Dr. Fabienne Habimana from Miniduke. Dr. Gasingiwa Marie-Christine from Higher Education Council. We also have Solange Melissa from ICDL
benefited from technology and
she is the general manager. We also have in our presence Dr. Finis Inkudabaruka. I hope I didn't murder the name. He is from the University of Rwanda College of Education and he is a senior lecturer. We also have in our presence a number of staff from AIMS, ICDL, REB. We also have teachers, our lovely teachers whom we are celebrating today. Please give yourselves a round of applause. The round of applause seems to have COVID. We need to fill your applause because we are celebrating you today. So please give yourselves a resounding round of applause. Okay, so the next round of applause need to break the walls of this building. So please let's prepare for that. So let's welcome Professor Samyala, who will be giving us the opening remarks this morning.
Thank you very much, Samson. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, dear teachers, it's my pleasure to be here and to extend my very warm welcome to all of you at this Teacher Award ceremony for those who are present here at Lemigo Hotel and those who are following us on our online platforms. The teacher training program represents AIMS' commitment to contribute to supporting African government efforts to build the mathematics and science capacity by ensuring that quality of mathematics and science education is accessible to all students. The AIMS Teacher Training Program, TTP Rwanda, in partnership with Chanen International, organized this first edition for its Teacher Award ceremony to recognize the great work of our teachers. During this COVID-19 pandemic school break, over 1,000 teachers in Rwanda benefited in technology-enabled teacher training, and 300 plus teachers completed the accredited courses organized by ICDL Africa, and over 800 teachers have Twitter accounts. This year's awards recognize mathematics and science teachers for their daily efforts put in the online teacher training delivered by EMS during this COVID-19 pandemic instigated school break. The 3 teachers per district from the EMS 14 districts will be awarded today. Were selected based on their levels of engagement, performance in the key trainings including pedagogical training, English proficiency training, mastery of content, and preparing a sample audio lessons. We believe that great and passionate teachers are absolute heroes to countless students and us because they change the trajectory of children's lives for the better. I would like to express the gratitude of our institution to all our partners for their extremely valuable contribution to the EMS teacher training program. I thank the Ministry of Education and Rwanda Education Board for their continuing involvement and support in the successful running of the teacher training program here in Rwanda. I also thank our long-standing partner, MasterCard Foundation, for their outstanding support to EMS TTP. We are also very thankful to the International Computer Driving License, ICDL, and Chanen International for their support during the successful training to our teachers. Finally, I also extend my gratitude to the district directors of education, district education officers, sector education inspectors, head teachers, and champions teachers for facilitating our teachers for the smooth running of the training. Dear teachers, I am confident that the skills learned during this pandemic COVID-19 school break will enable you in improving the quality of teaching and learning of mathematics and sciences in our schools. We are committed to higher standard and high academic achievement for our kids, and it all begins with quality teachers. In fact, it begins with you. That's why we are here to recognize and to celebrate you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Prof. Yala, for the brilliant opening remarks. I need to emphasize that we are not just celebrating you today in this room. We are celebrating you today online as well. So if you go on YouTube, you'd find the AIMS Teacher Award streaming live. So for those of you whose loved ones couldn't join you today, please endeavor to share the link so that they can watch you receive your award and also feel a part of this moment. And we are all proud of you. Today is a very beautiful Sunday morning. How many of you agree? How many of you agree today is a beautiful Sunday morning? Please wave if you agree. Oh, so just 10% of us agree. Okay. Anyway, so before we get into the action and the discussion and hearing, about your experiences during the various lockdowns and the restrictions around movements, we're going to have a quick presentation of feedback on the implementation of Comprehensive Assessment 2019 from the TTP Rwanda Director, Dr. Irene Otieno Odhiambo. Please let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. I'm part of the 10% that believe it's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's not a usual thing for us to gather anymore. And so anytime we get an opportunity to come together to reflect and to celebrate what we're doing, then we actually value that and appreciate that. So as Samson said, my name is Dr. Herin Otieno. I am the director of the AIMS Teacher Training Program. And in the original plan, I was supposed to do a PowerPoint. But then I thought it's Sunday. And perhaps we really don't feel like PowerPoints anymore. On a Sunday morning, we just want to relax and we want to reflect. And so my work is going to be very easy because what I'm going to present on is on this book. So I'm going to request us, if you have not flipped through your booklet, the first few pages, I'm going to just ask you to flip through for a second and see if there's anything that catches your mind, because I think the most important part of this session is going to be perhaps a little bit of the plenary conversations that we're going to have, but I'm going to give a little bit of an overview of what it is that we've captured in this booklet. So I'll give us like a minute or so, just flip through your pages so that at least knowing that we printed this, I can go home knowing that actually people read it. And the resources were well spent. So assessment or examination is sometimes one of the most sensitive things when we think about education, and just stopping to reflect about it is actually very important. But before I continue, allow me once again to recognize the presence of the various people that have been mentioned. We have with us, as Samson said, our CEO, Lydie. Thank you very much for being here on a Sunday morning. And we have Batia. Thank you for being one of the closest cheering squad members for AIMS TTP and for being here. And of course, we have all the amazing members from the AIMS TTP team, both the wider staff, but most importantly, those who are within the AIMS TTP team. So I know Eric has stepped out. When Eric gets into the room, you will know him. He's one of the tallest people. And we complement each other very well. He is a program manager, and I'm the director. But he's just run on an errand, and he'll be back. And then I have an amazing team. For a long time, I was the only lady in the group. And it was a little lonely, but recently I am excited that we've had a number of ladies join us, so I'm going to recognize the ladies first. So Natalie and Sandrine. That's Natalie right there. She's one of our district liaison officers, and Sandrine is our logistics and support person, and so she might also be with Eric trying to put together some things. And so I'm now going to recognize the great men within the AIMS TTP team. We have two subject matter specialists, and we have Daniel and Mark right next to each other. And then we have our district liaison officer, and that is Crispus. He's the one who takes care of all the teachers. The teachers know that he's the most important person. When he sends SMSs, they look at it very keenly, more than my SMSs, because he's always taking care of their welfare. And recently we had an incident where teachers received money and they were not so sure where the money came from. But the first and immediate conclusion was it came from AIMS. So we said every money that teachers receive at any one time is actually coming from AIMS. But so Crispus is always there to talk to the teachers and remind us of the welfare of the teachers. I think he's outside. Many of you must have met him when you came in for your registration. And then we have our IT person, and he is not here because he's taking care of the family. That's Eric. And then we have our newly minted communication officer. We call him Freddie. I'm still trying to learn the other name. So Freddie is right behind there trying to ensure everything communication is taken care of. But even though I talk about the nuclear family of AIMS TTP. AIMS is a family. We always say we are an ecosystem, and there is no way AIMS TTP would be able to function and do everything that we do without the support of the various members of the AIMS family. And I'm really, really excited that many of them have actually decided to grace this occasion instead of staying back at home and enjoying their Sunday. So all the AIMS network members and members of the family, thank you for coming. And we really appreciate all the support that you give us to ensure that our work with the teachers go on very well. And then, of course, as has been mentioned, we have our dear partners who are here. We have ICDL. We have MasterCard Foundation. Ruth just walked in. Ruth, you didn't get an opportunity to wave at people. So please, wave at everybody. So that's Ruth from MasterCard. We also have our partners from the Ministry of Education. We have Dr. Fabian here, Dr. Finas here. We have our dear and very close friend, Dr. Christine. She never misses any of our events. It doesn't matter whether we hold it at night or during the day. She's always there for us. So Dr. Christine, we really appreciate that. And we have all the other, we have REB represented, and we have UNESCO, the Commission for Rwanda. Thank you, Engineer Dominique, for coming. And we have so many partners. If I called all of them, would stay here the whole day. But then we have the most important people in the room, and those are our teachers. And before I recognize all the teachers, I want to recognize the first very special group of teachers who without we would not be able to do what we did, the amazing work we did, especially during the COVID-19 outbreak, and those are our district coordinators. So in every district, we have teachers who coordinate the work, mobilize the fellow teachers, ensure that the training is going on, and there are our many extra hands and heads that we have across the districts, and that's why we're able to mobilize the numbers. So I'm going to ask the district coordinators to just stand up where they are so that we can actually recognize them. Thank you very much for being very good teachers, very passionate about teaching, but also being very loyal members of the AIMS TTP family. When we were doing this award, we actually pushed them out of the selection process. We said we are not going to consider them for the awards because we considered that it might not be fair for the fellow teachers to look as if they are competing with their leaders. And our district coordinators were very, they were okay with that, but we knew it was very important to bring them along and actually celebrate them. And then, of course, we have our teacher awardees. And one of the things I want to say, because I know many teachers are listening to us through the YouTube live streaming, hundreds of teachers are listening to us. I just want to say to all of us that all of us are appreciated. We only have the 42 in the room because we could only bring the 42 in the room. But we actually appreciate every teacher for the effort that they put in, and we actually recognize the work that you have done. And as we have said, as much as we will be giving the teachers here their certificates and their awards, every teacher is going to receive a certificate of participation outlining every module and every activity that they participated in during this break. So my teachers listening to me across the districts, please know that we really value your contribution, and each one of you is being celebrated today. So that was opening remarks as we looked at our book on assessment. So I'm going to very quickly run through some of the key highlights of what we have in the comprehensive assessment book, or rather report. And just to give a little bit of a background, and I'm excited that we have Rwanda Education Board represented here, and we have the Ministry of Education. Last year in 2019, we launched the comprehensive assessment policy, and this was supposed to transform the process of carrying out assessments in our schools. We all know that we have teaching and learning, and the bridge between teaching and learning is assessment. How we measure learning or how much learning takes place. Sometimes we think assessment comes much later, but it's something that we have to think about right from the time we are planning our lessons, and it's supposed to be inbuilt in our lessons. So the comprehensive assessment policy was launched, and I'm just going to pick out key highlights of what were some of the unique attributes that it was supposed to bring within the sector, education sector in the country. One of the unique attributes was the fact that it brought all of us to reflect or to think again about how to administer examinations in our schools. And originally what happened for all students, apart from the examination classes, the examinations that were done at the end of each term were actually done by the teachers themselves in their individual schools. But one of the key transitions that the policy brought about was a little bit of structuring that process so that right now the students, even those who are not in the examination classes, the assessments are structured in 3 steps, and that is actually captured in our first statement, the second page. The assessments currently, beginning 2019, the schools or the teachers are supposed to set their own exam in the first term. And then in the second term, the districts are supposed to set examinations that are done by all the schools in that individual district. And then in the third term, the Rwanda Education Board is supposed to set examinations that are done by all the students in the country. So that was a major shift that was brought about by this, this new policy. And so 2019 was the first time that our teachers and our schools stepped out to implement this policy. So last year, in the first term, every school set their exams. Second term, all districts set their individual exams. And third term, we had one exam from primary 1 right to senior 5 or senior 6 actually did the same exams. So when you think about it, as you listen to me, I would like to encourage you to start thinking about, okay, even if we don't go into the nitty-gritty, start imagining why such a policy was put in place. There was a sense of trying to gauge, and you'll see that in the second page, as I'll just run very quickly through it. One of the things that happened is that the overall oversight of the examination, the role of the district education leaders was taken a notch higher by the launch of the new assessment policy. So when we talk about the district education leaders, we're talking about the sector education officers, and we're talking about the district education officers and the district directors of education. And I know when I was making my first remarks, I just forgot to actually acknowledge the key role that our sector education officers actually do and our district education officers do, and the kind of ownership that, and support that they continue to give us. And at this point, I just want to say thank you very much for that. So what we did last year, February, because this is a new policy, and because we understand that our goal being to increase the number of girls and boys who, after high school, are interested in pursuing maths and sciences, we understand that one of the things that actually contributes to that, when we think about it, we might just think about teaching. But in actual sense, assessment actually plays a big role in what happens to the girls and what happens to the boys in terms of their engagement with the different subjects, and especially so mathematics and sciences, which we know many a times we have students growing up with negative attitudes. And what the assessment tells them early, or how we run our assessment, could actually reinforce some of the negative attitudes that you are trying to undo. So we are very keen as a program to work together with the stakeholders to ensure that we are continuously improving the quality of assessment, and it's actually going hand in hand with the teaching that is going on. So what we did at the beginning of this year, in February, we had a series of workshops where we brought district education leaders and sector education officers. We work in 14 districts. So we have a total of around 194 sector education officers that we work with, and of course the 14 district education leaders. So what we did is we met them in batches because we could not bring all of them together. And we had 3 days of discussing the assessment policy. And what we wanted to find out was, we wanted to find out what their interpretation and understanding of the assessment policy is. 2, what their experience had been in the first year when they stepped out to lead the process of implementing the assessment policy, so that we could identify strength across districts and allow for cross-pollination, but at the same time, identify areas where there are gaps so that together we could come up with ways of dealing with that. And so one of the first things we asked our district education officers and sector education officers across the series was to tell us what they believed or what they understand the purpose of the assessment policy was. And this was very important to do because their conceptualization of the assessment policy would actually determine how they implemented it. And one of the things that came out, if you look at some of the things they said, there was a lot of appreciation that this was about trying to improve the quality of teaching and learning. It was about trying to ensure and to track that the new competency-based curriculum was actually being effectively and efficiently implemented. And for them, being the leaders that they are, it was a tool for monitoring and evaluation. Many of them talked about comparison, comparing how students from different schools are actually learning, comparing how much work teachers are doing. So it was, for them, for a number of them, and for most of them, one of the things they celebrated about this policy is that it gave them perhaps an objective framework and lens through which they could compare schools, compare students, compare teachers, and hopefully make decisions to move things to the right step. And that was something that came out and was echoed by one group after another. Now, we parked that on the side. We celebrated what they were saying as we reflected on what was a shortfall of what it is that what is it that they could improve in their conceptualization. One of the things that we reflected on later was the fact that there was too much emphasis, a little bit of too much emphasis on ranking and comparison, and not so much about how is this tool going to help us improve the quality of teaching and learning in our classrooms. And we came to it much later, and I'll come to it much later. Now, we had a very simple session where we asked our district education officers and sector education officers to reflect on what worked well in the implementation of the first series of district examinations across the 14 districts. And yes, the issues of standardization came out as a key theme. They were excited about the fact that they had a common timetable to follow across the districts, and for them, this was an angle of quality assurance. There was excitement about, by looking at the results, they were able to gauge how different teachers in different schools were actually doing in their classrooms. And as I say, the issues of comparisons for schools, and they were excited that they could actually use these results to analyze and to rank their schools and perhaps find out which schools are doing well and which ones perhaps are not doing as well. And so that was good enough. And then we spent time to ask, what didn't work well? And right here, there was quite some discussions. I would say that we spent more time, or there was so much more feedback on things that they believe they could improve and do much better. And I'll just run through a number of them. The issues of equity. So we know that in our country, we have different kinds of schools, especially at secondary school level, because we are focusing on secondary school level. We have schools of excellence, we have Y12, and we have Y9. And one of the challenges that came up first and foremost was the issues of how to standardize in a fair way to ensure all students were not unfairly judged. And there were holes that they saw. So for example, we realized that districts tend not to have, schools in the same districts tend not to have the same schemes of work. So the fact that they don't have the same schemes of work, it means that some districts might pick topic A to do in first term, and other schools in the same district might decide they're going to do that topic in the second term. So you realize that the challenge that comes in when then you want to give the same examination across the schools. And so there was a realization that, one, perhaps there were students that were unfairly assessed because those topics had not been done in their schools because of the variation in the schemes of work. There was a little bit of conversations around the quality assurance mechanisms that were in place, and this was understandable because it was the first time. So there were things like there was not enough time to look at the quality of papers for a number of the districts. So aspects like some questions or some examinations had too many questions. Some questions, the time allocation was not commensurate with the work that was expected from those questions. I've talked about the issues of the syllabus, so some students actually being examined on topics that had not been assessed on, and even the issues of mark allocation in their looking at what had happened. They realized that even marks allocation, perhaps they needed to do more work on that. and of course, simple errors like typo and conceptual errors in the way some of the questions were represented. Now, this is very important because remember, as we said, what the district education officer said was that compare the teachers, compare the students, rank the students. So if there are quality assurance issues, then it presents a challenge for us to actually use those results to compare teachers and to compare students and schools. Now, the other thing that we talked about, and this our teachers perhaps might follow more closely, and of course those of us in, in REB and the rest, was the issue of, so we have a number of questions in an examination paper. How do we order them? Do we start with the most difficult? Do we start with the easiest? What is the expected practice? And there was a bit of conversation that that's something that had not settled in well with many districts. And in fact, there was a sense that many of the districts, a number of the districts, let me say that, started off with very difficult questions. And in education, we say that's actually not very good because we talk about issues like academic emotions where students can get anxious, students can get lack of confidence. So normally the general practice is to start with a little bit of easy questions, let every student feel a little comfortable, build in a little confidence, and then gradually increase the difficulties. So we had a bit and quite a bit of discussions on this. There was an issue of resource allocation. Who is supposed to provide the money for printing the papers, ensuring the papers are printed? We were told of schools that had to write the examinations on the board, and that, of course, presented challenges. And one of the things we agreed on, and we're going to do this next year, is that we need to do some sensitization that brings together the district leaders, like the mayors, because that is where the money is, so that they understand the process and so that they can actually allocate enough resources for carrying out the examination. So those are some of the key things. The final things that we talked about was the issue of distribution of questions. So in education, again, we have a way of looking at, so we talk about competency-based curriculum. We talk about wanting to enhance key skills like critical thinking, analytical thinking, and all that. So to what extent were the examinations able to evaluate that? And one of the things that we found out, if you look at page 10 of your book, you'll see some graphs there. And one of the things we found out is that for most of the papers in a number of the districts, most of the districts tended to set questions that were evaluating lower levels of thinking. So we had a very small percentage that was actually evaluating the higher order thinking. And we all agreed that is a gap given the emphasis of the competency-based curriculum. And the graphs you see came about because the district champion teachers that you just saw sat together for 2 days, actually two consecutive weekends, and they took samples from a number of districts, and they went through a process called blueprinting, where they were able to print S1 and S2 examination to really gauge and find out what levels and what was the proportion of levels of thinking that were assessed in our papers. And they did that not just for the district examination papers, they did that also for the REB examination papers that were administered in third term. One key conversation, as I finish, was the issue of who is supposed to sit in the exam preparation team. How do we select the teachers in a district that will come together and set the examination for each district? When we checked around, the norm or the practice by the district, most of the districts, was they selected teachers from the top schools, the schools of excellence, the very top school. So for most of them, most of the members of their team for the districts were those from the top schools. And while it sounded very nice, they have the skills, they have the know-how, but we had a conversation around that, and we asked ourselves, what equity issues might it present? Because the student in the school of excellence is not necessarily, may have different attributes compared to the student in Y9. And if the person that is setting exams has no sense or inkling of what's going on in Y9, then there is a risk that the examination might not respond to the needs. And we'll give an example. One of the things we talked about, for example, is the English proficiency amongst the students. And we all agreed that the English proficiency amongst the students varies mostly across those schools in favor of the students in schools of excellence. And so we said there is value for having representatives from Y9, Y12, and schools of excellence, so that, for example, when a question is set, the teacher from the Y9 could perhaps read that question and say, we need to simplify this English a little more so that my student can be able to track that. Or, as is the practice in education, we might decide, okay, because the student might not follow this so closely, let's make it easier for the student, or let's help the student understand what it is that we are asking by introducing diagrams in the question. So that was just an example. And I think we all agreed with the district education officers that they were going to reconstitute their team so that there was at least some representation from the other schools. So those are some of the key highlights. Of course, there's quite more that you can look at. And the last thing I'll talk about, I know I said last, but the last thing I'll talk about was at the end of the day, we had this discussion. So what is the difference between assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and what is an assessment as learning? And we had a very interesting discussion about that. But the issue was not the definition. The more intense conversation came up when we asked ourselves, which one of those assessments should we be promoting more? When we think about our district examinations, should we see them more inclining towards assessment of learning, or should we see them more inclining towards assessment for learning? Now, just to help all of us come to the same page, when we talk about assessment of learning, in most of the cases, I mean, generally that's what we normally call summative assessment. Largely it's about ranking, judging, comparing. When you talk about assessment for learning, part of the role that you are looking for when you carry out that assessment is to find out what the students might have understood, not understood very well, for the sake of the teacher improving their teaching. So when you have a mindset of assessment for learning, you're carrying out assessment, and it's not just for the student, it's also for you as a teacher, and out of the results, you are then going to pick out or identify areas that you need to work on better, things that you might need to teach differently. So we asked our district education officers, where should we lean more? And it was a very interesting exercise, because the way we wanted to bring that out, we allowed different groups to write their answers, and then we exchanged the answers, and we asked the different groups to respond to the different groups' answers. And then they put that on the wall, and as we discussed it, we asked them, so when you responded to this, did you put on the lens of assessment for learning, or did you put on assessment of learning? And we realized that a majority of us, as is the case, leaned more towards assessment of learning. So if you look at the sample we are given on page 18, that was an example of them giving feedback to each other. And we used that to demonstrate or to illustrate the fact that many of us are tuned by the system to always think within the window of assessment of learning. So in most cases, when we are responding to work, all we are interested in, we give a tick, we give a wrong. And then maybe we say good, bad, average, poor, excellent. And that is actually assessment of learning. And any assessment can play any role. The most important thing is what differentiates one from the other is what kind of feedback are you giving the student? And so we came out of that meeting with the appreciation that we needed to put more effort to use our assessment for learning purposes. So the feedback, when we agreed, for example, that the districts will not just be looking at how many people got 50%, how many people got 100%, how many people got 20%, but the district education leaders would be pushing the teachers and the head teachers to analyze their papers and say, which topic did most students didn't do so well in? Which topic did we find most students making most mistakes? What kind of mistakes did those students tend to make? So that we can input that into our district strategies and say, for biology, amongst all the subjects, biology seemed to have been the subject that was not well done, or mathematics seemed to have been the subject that was not well done. And then you're going to ask ourselves as a district, what exactly do we want to do to improve mathematics compared to physics that seem to have been done very well? And then within mathematics, what are the topics across the districts that our teachers or our students didn't seem to do very well? What professional development program might we need to institute to support our teachers so that those particular topics are actually strengthened and things are used, and the feedback is used well. And I think for the REB, my REB colleagues, there was a challenge here because the district education officers said, well, that's what we need to do. But again, even at the higher level, the only question we are normally asked for is the proportion of students, of how many got 100%, how many got 30%, and that's the sample that we had there. So these are some of the very live conversations that we're going to continue having with our district education officers, our sector education officers, and of course we have some recommendations there that is on one of the pages. And one of the commitments we have was that we are going to have trainings across the districts where we have more in-depth conversations. We are going to work with the district education officers after they create their teams, their examination teams, to work with them to strengthen their capacity, because there was a sense that there hasn't been enough training on assessment, even though we are structuring assessments at the lower level. And we were going to continuously work with our district education officers to try and encourage the teachers, because there was this misconception that assessment for learning happens during the term. And we talked about it and we said, if a teacher gives 10 questions to students at the end of the lesson, and all the teacher does is put a tick, a wrong, a tick, a wrong, a tick, a wrong, and gives back the exercise to the student, that is not assessment for learning. That is actually just judging the student, because maybe the teacher will say 3 out of 10, full stop. So we agreed that we're going to enhance the conversations around assessment in our schools, because it plays a key role in shaping the attitude towards mathematics and sciences. When a student gets 20% in his district examination class and it is used for ranking, and they're told they're not doing very well as a school or as a student, that student might just go around saying, I'm not good at maths or sciences. So that's a summary of our booklet, and there's much more than what I've said. I hope I've shed some light on that, and I think perhaps this is the time we take a few questions, and then we call my presentation to have come to an end. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello? Okay, so please, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand. We'll take 2 questions or comments. If anyone wants to share any comments, questions, please let us know. Okay, so since we have no questions, we would move on to the next item on the agenda. Thank you, Herin. So our next item is we'll be having a plenary discussion. And since we are celebrating teachers today, it's very important to have our teachers share their experiences with us in person and not in a report. So I'm going to invite 4 teachers from different districts to join me here. We're going to have a little bit of a chit-chat about their experiences as well. So I'd like to invite from Kamoni, Xavier. Please let's give him a round of applause. We also have from Kigali, Sylvie. We also have Honoré from Musanze. And the final person, Eric Mukaraga from Kamoni as well. So thank you for joining us this morning. We're just going to have a quick chat your reflections from the past few months with COVID-19, teaching, learning, and upskilling yourselves. So my first question, and I think I'm going to start with Sylvie, since you're at our extreme left. My first question is, what has been the hardest part, okay, moving from having physical meetings and training sessions to online sessions?
Good morning. The hardest part to me, shifting from face-to-face training to online training, was to be used to use computer and phones. At the beginning, I didn't know that it could be possible to be trained when I'm not sitting in the same room with the trainer. It was very difficult to me. And it was my first time to use Zoom, Teams, and some of the tools that we normally use when we want to communicate with others who are in a remote area. I was not used with that technology, but later I saw that it was doable. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. And I'm sure that that wouldn't be a mutually exclusive experience from the likes of your colleagues. So I was going to ask a follow-up question, and I missed your name, please.
I'm called Xavier.
Xavier, yeah. Okay. So Xavier. So I wanted to find out from you as well. I know that, transitioning from face-to-face to online was challenging, as Sylvie has highlighted. But, there's also the other externalities, like pressure from family, and most of us have families. We have kids. How has that, process of combining taking care of your kids, having to teach them or having to get them to go for classes online versus taking courses online yourself, how has that transition, how was the transition like? Was it easy? Was it fun? Was it challenging?
Thank you so much. As I said, I'm called Ranjirwa Xavier. It was not easy. So not easy. Remember, we were at home. We supposed to do those online training at home with our families, with our kids. It's not easy, but we managed to do so. We have a spirit from Dr. Hirin called Maui Karambe. She encouraged us to work even in hard time. So with such a time to conduct our training, to learn, and also a time to help our families as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Eric happens to be a part of the AIMS TTP TV group. So can you tell us where did that idea come from? Because, we were home trying to, migrate onto the online training sessions and familiarize ourselves with the tools. Where did the idea of starting AIMS TTP TV come from? And how has that experience of, utilizing YouTube and video making and communication tools helped yourself and your colleague teachers?
Okay, thank you very much. As you said, I'm Eric Mukaraje, teacher of mathematics from Kamonyi district, and the teacher journalist as additional income from MZTTP online training. Your question is where this idea of creating a YouTube channel named MZTTP TV News comes from. As you know, MZTTP program is working within 14 districts. There are other districts in Rwanda which are remaining 16 districts. To increase the number of girls and boys pursuing mathematics and sciences, together with my colleague, we sit together and try to sensitize MZTTP program across the world, not only in 14 districts, but also across the world and the remaining 16 districts. The reason why different skills we acquire from training center, we try to put on our YouTube channel so that everyone from everywhere across the world can access it. Even now you can access those channels. It is called MZTTP TV News. And I would like our friends to visit that channel because it is important. It has many skills, and keep comment so that we will make improvement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric. I think from now onwards, everyone in this room is going to subscribe to that channel. We need subscribers so we can make more money and expand the business. So please, if you have an Android phone now, please go to your phone and go to YouTube and subscribe to the MZTTP News channel.
MZTTP TV News.
Okay, so please take your phones. Let's take our phones. I'm also going to subscribe. We need, I can see close to 100 people in this room. So we need to have more than the, let me check the subscribers, so that if you are not subscribing, I'll come and enforce it.
Okay, sorry. So far we have 543 subscribers.
Okay.
And 6,852 views. But we are still on Jan. We are still in Jan.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we are aiming to have 700 by the end of today's event, since everyone is going to subscribe.
Okay. Yes.
And then you would share the link with your family members so they can also subscribe. At least we have to hit 1,000 before the end of the year. Do we agree? Is it a good challenge? Please. Someone said no. Okay. So I'm going to move on to Honoree and then come back to all of you. What has been your most proudest moment throughout this transition from face-to-face to online and all the skills you've learned? Like, what has been the most proudest moment you've had?
Thank you. I'm called Dukuzumuremyi Honoré, a chemistry teacher at the École des Sciences d'Omusanze. As a teacher and a district coordinator, I have seen teachers enjoyed the online trainings and the face-to-face trainings. What made me proud, it was to see teachers making in application what they did, what they received from those trainings. In my school, teachers are tried to put in application what they got. As we have been trained in pedagogical trainings, ICT, the use of ICT in education, teachers are using all skills that they got from those trainings. So I'm very happy and proud of MCTTP to train teachers on online trainings. We gain many skills to use computer, to use our smartphone. We use them during our teaching and the learning process. Teachers know how to improve their way to do research, how they can improvise as science and math teachers using ICT. Teachers, they know how to help both girls and boys to love science and mathematics. From those trainings, as teachers, we got the opportunity to know each other. Teachers from 9 basic years education, teachers from 12 basic years education, and the teachers from excellent schools. We were together sharing our experiences, and from those trainings, now we are able to sit together to share different documents, to share different approaches to use when teaching science and mathematics. And we're still learning. So as Einstein said, once you stop running, you start dying. So AIMS is helping us to never die. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honoré. So, Eric, you just told us that we have 500 and a little above 500 subscribers. What has been your proudest moment working on the AIMS TTP News television project?
Okay, thank you very much. You are asking this improvement, what has pushed this improvement to have those subscribers? I think, yes.
No, so my question is, what are you proud of, like with the project, the AIMS TTP TV? What is that one thing that you are so happy about?
Okay, thank you very much. One thing I'm appreciating, it is once every week we try to make a news, and of course we ask everyone to access our YouTube channel. But when we upload our news, at least after 1 hour, when I check my YouTube channel, I saw different comment, congratulations, our MZ TTP journalist, congratulations the way you did this news, it is wonderful news. Those comments make me to do better the flowing news. Again, as you see, MZTTP is working in 14 districts. But sometimes I receive different message, even from outside our country, from Uganda, from Kenya, from Nigeria, and so on. This is other thing I can appreciate. Again, outside the classroom, sometimes I meet with different parents, tell me can you change those news in Kinyarwanda so that even parents, because they don't know English, so that we can give you different interviews and access the skills from our TV. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sylvia, what has been your proudest moment as a father, as a teacher, as a school leader?
Thank you again. I forget to tell you where I come from. I come from Kamonyi as Dean of Studies. So what I'm proud of, first of all, look at us. We are teachers from different corners, but we are panelists right now. So this is the philosophy of MCTP, where you say that you work with teachers. You try to empower us, make us as a leader. So as a school leader, what I'm proud of, I want to say two things about my fellow teachers, also my school in general. For my teachers, EMS tried to give us a big package. We are trained on different things, Master of Content, ICT, English proficiency. What I can say right now, in my school, teachers themselves, they choose to use English in their staff room. They want to use English so that they can help their learners, but in Kinyarwanda we say, ntawutanga icyo adafite. Maybe they try to translate that. So we try to use English in our staff room so that we can use English also in the classrooms. Second, when we conduct CPD at the school level, CPD is the Continuous Professional Development, it's easy now because we have a different thing to talk about. Also, the way we use ICT tools. The way we use ICT tools, right now we have a basic knowledge or skills. For my school, when we start working with EMS since 2018, right now on our timetable, we have a period called Science Hour. So in that Science Hour, it's where learners themselves or learners with teachers interact each other and try to discover different things about science. And it's a kind of motivation for our learners, because since 2018, the number of learners in O-level that try to choose science combination in A-level was increased. So it's based to do that mechanism we use to help them to like more science subject. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sylvie, the same question to you. What are you so proud of in this period? If there's any achievements you're proud of, please share with us.
Thank you very much. I started as a trainee, but after acquiring adequate skills, we have been told that we are no longer trainees, but are going to train our fellow teachers. From that day, I was not sure that I will be able to do that job. But after the first session where I invited teachers online, I was the one who invited them using those tools, team. I was very happy because I was the one who did that alone. No one else came to help me or to assist me. And that day I felt very happy. And another thing that I'm happy with, I was trained on how I can speak. English is not my first language. So it wasn't easy to stand in public and talk or to speak. But from different trainings and inspiration from my colleagues, I decided normal. There is no need of sitting at the back and kept quiet. So I decided to talk. And now I'm happy because I'm still learning, but still I can try. Thank you.
That's so brilliant. Please let's give a round of applause to our teachers for sharing this amazing testimony with us. Thank you so much. You can return to your seats now.
Before we end the first half of today's program, we would invite a representative from the Rwanda Education Board, REB, and his name is Ndaishimiye Alien. I hope I got the name right. Please, if you're here, please join us and come and share with us the address from REB. Alien? Do we have the representative from REB here? Oh.
Yes, thank you, MC, for welcoming me here. My name is Ndaishimiye Alain. I'm coming from Rwanda Education Board. I work in the department for TDM, Teacher Development Management and Career Guidance and Counseling. So I'm coming on behalf of Rwanda Education Board. And I sincerely thank you for all these efforts. I thank AIMS in collaboration with ICDM and MasterCard Foundation for all these efforts that you are furnishing in order to improve the Rwandan quality education. So on behalf of our Director General, we sincerely thank you for all of your efforts. Sorry, excuse me. So I was a bit far from the microphone. So we sincerely thank you for all the efforts that you are furnishing in order to train all of these teachers and DDs that we are seeing here. And we are ready for any commitments which is possible, and to address all the challenges that we are going to face in this challenge. So we would like to thank you and continue to support you in all the activities that you are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elaine, for your remarks. Since it's a beautiful Sunday morning and 10% of us agree, we're going to invite our teachers to give us a song. This is a very beautiful song. It's the signature song for AIMS TTP. And I'm going to invite Bosco Mucho. Bosco, I hear you have the sweetest voice here. So you're going to serenade us with your voice, okay? So please lead us as we sing Mawe Karambe. Teachers, please let's rise and sing this song and get ourselves in that mood, you know.
Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. My dear fellow teachers, please come in front, then we sing this song, a signature of AIMS TTP, Mawe Kalambe. I would like to see you here in front, please.
Oh, they could actually stand wherever they are, so you just lead us. And then
okay, yeah. Thank you. So we are going to sing this song called Mawe Kalambe. Mawe Kalambe, Mawe Kalambe, Mawe Mugongo Adohe Tsuragahora, Mawe 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 Kalambe, Mawe karambe mama we mugongo waduhetse agahora mawe mwarimu bayobozi mawe karambe
mama we mugongo turagahoraho mugongo wahetse abayobozi mawe karambe mama we mugongo wadu mugongo wahetse abarezi mawe karambe mama mugongo waduhe turagahoraho mawe karambe mama we karambe twese we mawe karambe mama mugongo waduhe turagahoraho mawe karambe.
Thank you so much, Bosco. So before we move into the next half of the program where we are going to share the awards to the teachers, I would also want to acknowledge the presence of a few people who are in our midst this morning. So I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dominique Muva-Bandi from the Rwanda National Commission of UNESCO. We also have Ruth Mukakumeni, who I just hope that I'm not making. Okay, sure. So we also have Ruth from MCF. We also have in our presence Diane Gatera from AIMS, who happens to be the Director of People, Talent and Culture. We also have Lai Butake, AIMS Director, Kode Nien, AIMS Director. We also have Professor Blaise Chapanda, Academic Director of AIMS Rwanda. We also have in our presence Ella Stella Ishimye from Chanen. And for any other person I missed, at the due time when it's brought to my notice, I would share. So we're going to take an opening video. We are now in the section of the award ceremony itself. So we're going to take a video from the TTP team. So the team behind, kindly put the video up so we can watch.
Teachers play a paramount role in nurturing young minds to become intelligent problem solvers. They always work hard to bring the best out of us.
When we fail in class, our teachers push us to try again and to never give up.
Many of us have always looked up to them.
On a sunny day, when all of us were retired, they have always shown courage. On a rainy morning, they never miss the class. I'm so grateful to them, and I walk in their footsteps to nurture the next generation of leaders.
From all corners of the world, they put in a lot of effort to ensure our dreams are not shut down. At every step of the journey, they have always been the cheerleaders of our successes.
When I was 17, my teacher took me to a science competition. I succeeded well at the local level and represented my country at East African Community level. Even my parents did not believe I could make it. However, my teacher was there for me in all stages of the competition. I was given an air ticket, but my teacher took an 8 hours drive to support me at the finals. I cannot thank him enough.
When they get home from school, they keep working, correcting papers, quizzes, and preparing for the following day's class. And they have to review extra resources as a strategy for sharpening their skills to ensure they are always up to date and ready to deliver in the best possible way. Through the AIMS Teacher Awards, we mark the beginning of working together with our partners, like-minded institutions, and members of the public to give impetus to our teachers, the shapers of Africa's future leaders.
Thank you so much for paying attention to this video. We have also in our presence a representative from MTN, and her name is Musabe Peace, MTN Rwanda Account Manager. Please give us a wave. MTN is also the sponsors and partners for this event, so please let's take note. The next point on our agenda is we'll have a presentation from the teachers representative. So, teachers representative, please.
Honorable Guest of Honor, Honorable Chanen International Representative, Honorable Minister of Education Representative, Honorable REB Representative, Honorable ICDL Representative, Honorable MTN Representative, Honorable AIMS TTP Director Rwanda, Honorable District Coordinators, Honorable awardees, Honorable Maths and Science teachers, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning all. I'm Teacher Mucho Bosco, a secondary school teacher from Group Escolaire Ruhanga, and I am TTP champion teacher and district coordinator of Kayonza. Before I say anything else, I want to offer my warmest greetings to you all of you who have gathered here today for this wonderful and momentous occasion of AIMS TTP Learning Seminar and Teacher Award Ceremony. I feel privileged and proud to present this first AIMS TTP Learning Seminar and Teacher Award Ceremony in behalf of all maths and science teachers across the 14 districts where AIMS TTP is working currently. I am so happy to see so many smiling faces here, which are also a key signature of maths and science teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are teachers training. Ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful for you, for your presence to witness our achievements. Our time in teacher training program provided by AIMS has been quite a bit journey. A wise man once says that a journey is best measured in smiles rather than miles. Let us take this opportunity looking back on our incredible teacher training journey. The following are some trainings and competencies we have gained from AIMS TTP. We are very thankful to AIMS TTP that trained us on the lesson plan, assessment, pedagogical training, blueprinting, RCDL training, science kits, content mastery, among others. For a content mastery, I have just talked a little bit about. We reviewed an online resources and searched for online pre-test and post-test to enhance mastery of a specific mathematics and science topics that were identified at the beginning as a difficult topics to teach. So now, allow me to talk about also English proficiency. We really appreciate the contribution of AIMS TTP Rwanda that helps us to mobilize us to register and running the online English proficiency training. This developed us into a confidence of speaking, writing, listening, and reading English fluently. It helped us also to pass the test as it was prepared by Rwanda Education Board at a good level. Not only those achievements, but also we had another activities that were a part of our day-to-day activities, such as math clinic, science caravan, problem solving, industry visit, science land, math camp, math Olympiad competitions. Now, allow me also to talk about public engagement, where AIMS TTP involves even the parents to mobilize them to help their children to love to pursue maths and science through providing them with possible materials and time for them to learn maths and sciences. We cannot forget strong support during this COVID-19 outbreak that provided by AIMS, whereby AIMS TTP helped us with adapting the online teaching and learning in the time of COVID-19. We learned how efficiently use of social medias to deliver the content, such as by using Microsoft Teams, prepare classes, prepare a lesson, to organize the meetings. We can also able to use webinar, Zoom apps, and others, among others. We have trained on a number of gender-responsive pedagogy modules where AIMS TTP posted those content on REB e-learning platform so that every people who's a link to access those materials. Now, among the number of series of teaching in Africa in times of COVID-19, also again the knowledge that we can, knowledge that now is helping us to deal with a new methodologies, and in this time, the government of Rwanda opened the schools, because after having the access to webinar, just discussing with the teachers who reopened their schools before us, like South Africa. So we gained the experience that we are applying in our teaching of today during this COVID-19 period. Now, AIMS also helped us to register, to create an account on Twitter, Facebook, because a number of maths and science teachers were not able to access those media, but by the help of AIMS TTP now, a number of teachers are registered on Facebook, Twitter, and they are using them profitably. Allow me to also cordially thank AIMS TTP Rwanda that continues to build a mathematics and science teachers who fits with 21st century learning design with the following things. A teacher who helps students to learn collaboratively, a teacher who equipped with adequate skills in communication to to the students, a teacher who wants the students to construct their knowledge by engaging in deep learning and interpreting, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating information. A teacher who provides to the learners the activities that helps them to learn on their own pace. A teacher who provides students with opportunities to engage their subjects in real life, solve real life problems, and to apply their own solution and ideas in practice. Also a teacher who helps learners to use ICT for learning. So there is a quote here, I quoted Nelson Mandela. Madiba says that education is a strong weapon that we can use to change the world. Not only him, also the President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, said that the intelligence and competence of our children will be equal or greater than those of greater powers. And our country, Rwanda, will be a new door of opportunity, knowledge, technology, and innovation for all African children and the world who wants to learn from us, or better still, bring us their knowledge. Dear colleagues and our dears, we all worked together. A teacher training program is a wonderful program I never met in life, especially in this 21st century learning design. Thank you for your kind attention. May God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Pasco. On that note, I would want to also invite Emmanuel Bisangwa, who happens to be the district education representative, to give us a presentation, a very short presentation. So Emmanuel, please let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Honorable guest of honor, all honorables who are here, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Emmanuel Bisangwa, the Director of Education in Kayonza District, and I'm here representing districts, around the 14 districts in which AIMS is working in. So we are happy, and we have acknowledgement for AIMS because of many activities that AIMS do in our district. We are here in this teacher award ceremony. Those teachers have acquired many things, as you have understand, as they have told to you here. So in our districts, we have more thanks for AIMS and other partners who act in education, because we see there are many improvement in learning and in teaching and learning in our schools. So there is many things that those teachers are acquired, like to use ICT in education. There are many modules, around 80 modules that they have acquired concerning ICT. If you see that, AIMS help us to implement the education sector strategic plan, because all those activities like ICT, assessment, using ICT in teaching and learning. All those elements are included in the Education Sector Strategic Plan, which is elaborated by Ministry of Education. So thanks for AIMS to help us to implement those programs elaborated by our country. So today we are here to say to you that all those knowledge that those teachers acquired, they have already started to use in teaching and learning, and we already seen the improvement. There is an improvement in teaching and learning, preparing assessment. They have many methods for preparing and conducting assessment. They know to analyze the results from assessment and how to use those results, and that help them to improve the learning and the teaching. They help learners, and they don't use only in math and science, because all those teachers help also other teachers who teach other subjects. So it's a great, or it's a big things that they have done in our education. Those teachers help many, those teachers of science and math help other teachers to improve their teaching and learning about ICT and assessment and other things. So we are here for appreciating. Thanks for those teachers who are going to be awarded. Thanks for AIMS as our partner and other partners. We are ready to continue to work with you closely as we have started, and we are ready also to continue to work with you for improving our education in our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Next on our agenda is entertainment by our teachers. I understand our teachers would be doing a dance challenge for us. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our teachers as they give us the Jerusalem dance challenge.
Thank you very much. I would like to call all champion teachers to come in front of us and make a big line here and show you how to dance Jerusalem song, but it is our style. Don't laugh for us. It is a new style to dance Jerusalem song. All champion teachers and Dr. Erin, the director of MZTP, if she's available, should join us. Thank you. Dij.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami alikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo wami aukolana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami
Thank you, champion teachers. And on that Jerusalem note, I would want to invite Batia to come and give us a speech from Chanen International. Please, let's welcome Batia with a round of applause.
Thank you so much for that dance. I haven't been home the whole year. I'm from South Africa, so whenever I hear that song, I feel a little bit closer to home, so thank you. So good morning, teachers, partners, colleagues. The idea for the Teachers Award was born on Twitter just after the of the pandemic. And because we were seeing this incredible resilience and teachers really rising to the occasion to take on this challenge of the new world we were finding ourselves in and still deliver quality, and they were showing dedication to reaching children even during a school lockdown. So Dr. Tinyo and I are both daughters of teachers. So teachers are very close to our heart. And I'm incredibly inspired by Dr. Tinyo's passion and dedication and drive to this cause. And so I could not participate in this. And I was so inspired by the idea to really recognize teachers for what they have done, because so often they are in the back row and they are not highlighted enough for their work. So the organization that I run helps students to finance their education. So by the time they have finished their secondary school and they want to continue their education, They come to us, we're based in Rwanda, and they apply to us for financing for their education. And the reason they come to us is because of you, because you have prepared them for this next step in their education. And this is why it's also important for our organization, Chanen International, to recognize the teachers in Rwanda. Additionally, we are introducing a new financial product, a fair and ethical financial product into the market. And it is extremely important for the development of our societies and also for fair and responsible lending to have good financial literacy. And financial literacy starts with mathematics. So mathematics is core to ensure that the individuals that we serve are empowered when they are making financial decisions. And therefore, we would again like to acknowledge the work that you do as teachers in maths and science. So, today I think is a small token of appreciation for everything that you do. It is the start of a tradition, so hopefully we will have one of these every single year. We are recognizing a group of people today, and next year we hope that group can be bigger as we build up the momentum and the support from the public. But most of all, I want this to serve as a reminder in the times where teaching is difficult and where you're tired and maybe where you feel discouraged. Remember that there's a bigger community that believes in you and that supports you and that is cheering you on because we need you and we need you to prepare our children for the future. So finally, I just want to say thank you very much to all the sponsors and to the individuals who have contributed awards. We could not have done this without you, especially in a year that is a pandemic and with money is a little bit tighter. We really, really appreciate your support for this bigger vision. I also want to thank the AIMS team and Hareen for giving Chanen the honor of working with you. And finally, for the project manager on Chanen's side for helping to put this together. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, dear teachers.
Sorry. Thank you, Batia. So up next, we have a very interesting presentation. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our special guest artist, who's going to serenade us with some music. Her name is Daya Kish. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome our special guest artist.
Hello, my name is Michelle Akini Darlene. I'm Hareen's firstborn daughter, and I just wanted to thank you so much. And I'm going to make a presentation. The song is called Bigger. It's just to appreciate the amazing work that all of you as teachers are doing, and it's all about saying that you are all part of something bigger. Thank you. Just waiting for the sound. Is everything okay with the sound? Okay, just 1 minute. As I work on that, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Darya Kish, D-A-R-Y-A-K-I-S-H, Darya Kish. Thank you. Are we ready? You can just play. Just start playing. Check. If you feel insignificant, you better think again. Better wake up because you're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Not just a speck in the universe, not just some words in the Bible verse. You are the living word. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than the picture they framed us to see. But now we see it. It ain't no secret. Understand the truth about the question in your soul. Look up, don't look down, and watch your answer unfold. Life is a vibe that they hit them in the fine print. Take a pen, rewrite it. Step out your estimate. Step in your essence and know that you're excellent. Rise. The spirit is teaching. No, I'm not just preaching. I'm taking my own advice. Let mama let you know. Mama's still trying. I can't get no days off. I don't get no days off. Truly, I'm feeling it. I had to say that thing twice. Trying to be a good wife. Still really hard, I can't lie. But I promise you I will fight. If you're feeling frustrated and you're sinking, I'm jumping in. Forgiveness is key because we're fighting something way bigger. You never lose, we are winners. I'll be the roots, you be the tree. Pass on the fruit that was given to me. Legacy. You're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than the picture that framed us to see. Legacy. You're part of something way bigger. Let love be the water. I pour into you and you pour into me. There ain't no drought here. Being in our actual powers. I'll be a sanctuary. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet. No matter how hard it gets, you got my blood here and you're gonna rise. You're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than the picture they framed us to see. You're part of something way bigger. Step out your estimates, step in your essence and know that you're excellent. Rise, the spirit is teaching. No, I'm not just preaching, I'm taking. If you're feeling significant, you better think again. Better wake up because you're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than the picture they framed us to see. Legacy. You're part of something way bigger. Thank you.
Thank you. Please let's give her another round of applause because I enjoyed the music. And like she said, we are all part of something bigger. So let us keep that in our hearts and in our mind. And on that note, I'd like to invite Lidi Hakizimana, AIM CEO, to give us a speech. Please let's welcome her with another round of applause.
Good afternoon. Muraho. Mumeze neza. Dear teachers, partners and friends of the African Institute of Mathematical Science, AIMS, I'm honored to be in your presence today, and it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to the first ever edition of the AIMS Teachers Awards. A couple of months ago, precisely on October 14, during our celebrations of UNESCO Mobile Learning Week, we announced the launch of this event. And I'm so excited that you all came through to make this happen. So why are we here today? Why are we here? We are here to honor our teachers. We are here because we recognize the central role that each one of you play in shaping the future of our children and our youth. We are here because we understand the catastrophe that will be society if we do not invest in you to transmit knowledge effectively. We are here because we appreciate your commitment. We truly appreciate your commitment. Commitment of you, the men and women in this room, who have dedicated your life to training the leaders of tomorrow. And finally, we are here because teachers are leaders in crisis, the unsung heroes whom we always expect to give their best, even in the worst circumstances. So here we are. AIMS, through our teacher training program in Rwanda, together with Chanen International, launched the AIMS Teacher Awards to recognize teachers from the recently concluded ICDL training, which was delivered remotely for the first time. Today we'll be awarding 42 teachers, 50% of whom are women. Let me take a moment to acknowledge our partners who have sponsored a number of awards: MTN, ICDL, Chanen International, the Embassy of the Republic of Israel, and many individual awards and sponsors whom you'll be hearing about as the events unrolls. So I won't be long. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for walking the talk. Thank you for your donation. We have been able to raise some seed money for the AIMS Teachers of Scholarships. We have equally secured full scholarships for 4 teachers through the Mary G. Africa Teacher Scholarship. I would like to extend my special thanks, appreciation to the MasterCard Foundation through the Leaders in Teachers Training Initiative, the Rwanda Education Board, and the Ministry of Education, partners of the AIMS Teacher Training Program from day one. We are who we are because of you, teachers. Let me say it again. We are who we are because of you, teachers. We are who we are because a teacher believed in us. We remain confident that every act of teacher empowerment will bring us closer to the overarching goal of our teacher training program, which is improving STEM learning outcomes for secondary school students to build a solid pipeline of talented African scientists. Thank you very much.
So since we have Lydie here, we're going to get straight into the presentation of awards. And as he emphasized, we were able to secure donations from some individuals. So we have 2 awards that Lydie she sponsored, and she would be doing us the honors of presenting these awards to the individual teachers. So we have the Best Male Teacher in Gisagara District. Oh, point of correction, she sponsored 4 awards, not 2. So we're going to give 2 now, and we'll give the other 2 later. So we're going to invite Insabimana Jean Didier from the Gisagara District to come receive his award for being the best male teacher in Gisagara district. The second award goes to... So that's the certificate, and this is the award. So, yeah. Thank you. The second person is Munyana Jocelyn, Best Female Teacher. Also sponsored by Lidi. I think you should just give me everything so that yeah. So the other one, the award, so I can give also that one. No, I mean the phone and the stuff here. The third award goes to Mungu Pacific, Best Male Teacher, Chumbi District. Okay. Thank you, Lidi. Okay. Just to emphasize, the fourth award will be given later. So we're moving on to, for the award ceremony, we have 6 different categories, namely Best Teacher Awards, Best Sector Awards, Best District Awards, Recognition Certificate, Director's Award, and Mawe Karambe Award.
So we're still in the Best Teacher Award.
Yes. So we are still in the Best Teacher Award, and I'm going to invite Professor Yella to do us the honors of presenting the next set of awards. Yes, I need to also emphasize that Professor Sam Yella sponsored 2 awards. So please let's give him a round of applause. So the next award goes to the Best Female Teacher in Ramagana District, Musabrimana Gaudans. Please let's give her a round of applause as she comes to receive her award. The next person after her is Datif from Rusizi District, Best Female Teacher in Rusizi District. The next person is Irafasha Emmanuel from Kamonyi District, male teacher. Also part of the AIMS TTP TV mathematics journalist. Okay, thank you, Prof. So I would also like to invite Batia to come present the next set of awards, still under the category of Best Teacher Awards. Batia also sponsored a number of awards. What? Who am I? Oh, Felix from Ngororero District, Best Male Teacher. Felix. We have up next Claudine from Nyamasheke District, Best Female. But yeah, please stay with us. Claudine. In Sabimana, Emmanuel, Best Male Teacher in Nyamasheke District. Our next Best Female Teacher in Nyabihu District, Marie Goret. So I'd also like to invite Jean Demassine from Musanze District to also get ready. Thank you, Batia. I'd like to invite Ruth from MCF to do us the honors. So the next set of awards will be going to the following people. Best Female Teacher in Musanze District, Uwase Lilien. Up next after Lillian is Jean Didier from Kayonza District. It's a handful. Okay. Yeah. Jean Didier from Kayonza District. Best Female Teacher in Kayonza District, Alert, please get ready. From Karongi District, Patrice. From Karongi District, Patrice, please get ready. From Karongi District, and Angelique from Karongi District. Angelique from Karongi District. So up next, with last two. So we have from Kamoni District, Laurence Nadine. Just a quick reminder, we are still in the category of Best Teacher Awards. So all those who have received awards so far are in the category of the Best Teacher Awards. We also have Patrick from Ramagana. Patrick, also sponsored by Professor Samiela. This pen drive keeps falling. Thank you, Ruth. Solange from ICDL, please kindly join us to do us the honors. So I need to emphasize that ICDL, also a partner and sponsor for this event, sponsored 12 awards, and Solange herself sponsored 1 award. So please, let's take note. So I would want to invite Prudence from Rubavu District, Best Female Teacher, Prudence. After Prudence, can we have Revocat from Gisagara District? I'd also like to invite Valence from Rusizi District to get ready. We have a handful of awards, so please guard it jealously. Up next to receive an award is Sylvain from Nyanza District. Sylvain. Is Sylvain with us from Nyanza? Okay. Can we, oh. Priska from Nyanza District, please, you are up next. Thank you so much, Solange, for doing us the honors. I'd like to invite Kode Nian, Director of Program Finance at AIMS, to come present the next awards. From Nyaruguru District, I'd like to invite Francine. Francine from Nyaruguru District. Please get ready, Gilbert from Nyaruguru District. Thank you, Kode. I would also like to invite Musabe Peace from MTN to do us the honors as well. So from Nyaruguru District, Gilbert. Gilbert from Nyaruguru District. I also need to emphasize that MTN also sponsored a lot of awards. So they are here today to share this proud moment with us. Please let's give them a round of applause. The awards are coming from MTN as well. So, Seraphine from Ngororero District. Please stay with us. Innocent Nyabihu. Innocent from Nyabihu District. Thank you so much, Peace, for doing us the honors. So that's the last of the Best Teacher Awards. The next set of awards will be going to the Best Sector, the Best Sector Awards from each district. So we have, these awards are going to coordinators who also excel during the training program and would want to, they are not just here by virtue of being coordinators, but also by virtue of their excellence during the training. And to present the next set of awards, I would like to invite Dr. Marie-Christine from the Higher Education Council to do us the honors. And under this category of awards, I would want to invite Vital from Inyanza District. Vital. Or Vital. From Inyanza District. Vital. Oh. Following Vital is Valence from Gichumbi. Yeah, Best Sector Coordinator in Gichumbi District. Valence. Dr. Christine, please stay for the last one. So if I call you up to present an award, please know that you'll be with me for some time. We are partners in this. Thank you. Thank you so much, yes. Professor Blaise Chapanda from AIMS Rwanda, please do us the honors. And I'd like to invite from Ngororero District, Tionest. Tionest. Yes. From Kayonza District, please get ready, Angelique. Angelique. So as you can see, for the awards, we have a smartphone, a pen drive, a certificate, and a bottle, water bottle. I'd also like to invite from Karongi District, Lucy. Okay. So thank you, Professor Blaise. I'd like to also invite Engineer Dominique from Rwanda UNESCO to present the next set of awards. From Kamonyi District, I'd like to invite Vincent. please get ready. Alert from Nyabihu District. Nelson from Nyamasheke District, please get ready. Just a quick reminder, this is the Best Sector Awards category. Yes, Nelson, yeah. The last one. Yeah. Nelson? He's behind you. Thank you, Engineer Dominique. Emmanuel from DD, Emmanuel Bisangwa, please, I'd like to invite you to come present 2 awards as well. And the next set of awards goes to Ulaid from Nyarugugu District. Nyaruguru District. Yes, he's coming. I'd also like to invite Bunani from Rubavu District to get ready. Bunani from Rubavu. Bunani Elisa Fani. Thank you. I'd like to invite Lai Butake to join us present 2 awards as well. So the next set goes to Ernestine from Rusizi District. Xavier Isaac, please get ready. From Ramagana, Xavier Isaac. Isaac Xavier. Thank you, Lai. I'd like to invite Eric Kimenyi to give the next set of awards under the, just one award actually, under the Maui Kambe Award. So Herine is going to tell us the inspiration for this award.
Thank you. So we have one teacher, Vital from Gichumbi. As we mentioned, our signature song in AIMS TTP is Maui Karambe. And basically, we are taking the image of a mother carrying her child, the child on her back, and we always use it as a symbol of the sacrifice, dedication, and sense of commitment that we have as teachers of TTP to give to our training, because we understand there are challenges, but if inspired by that spirit, our teachers have always fought to fight every challenge. And this particular teacher, Vital, so many of our teachers, all our teachers actually had to overcome so many challenges during the online training. Some of them had to walk distances to get internet. Some had to climb up the tree depending on internet connection. But this particular teacher, just as a symbol of the others, when he was doing his ICDL training, he did his ICDL training, full training, which was quite a bit of work, and he also participated over 80% in our other training programs. But one of the things that struck us was that at one point the wife was unwell in hospital, and he actually was with the wife in hospital with his computer trying to follow the training and ensure that he doesn't fall back. And so he did not abandon the family in the name of training, but at the same time, he was right there in the hospital with his computer trying to ensure that he does his module. So he's a great representation of the spirit that has driven our training during the time of the COVID-19 outbreak. So let's welcome Vital from Gishumbi. Vital, please. Hi.
Thank you, Eric and Vital. Congratulations.
For the family. Thank you, Vital, for representing everybody.
So we're moving on to the next category, which is the Best District Awards. All the champion teachers. Point of correction. And I'm going to invite all the champion teachers representing the 5 provinces, namely the Northern Province, the Southern Province, Western Province, and Eastern Province. Please line up here as we present awards.
So let's start with the champion teachers from Southern Province, please. All of you, please come forward. All the champion teachers from Southern Province. So we'll only have 5 sets of 5 groups coming. Please just line up here. All the champion teachers from Southern Province. They will get a nominal award. They'll get their certificate later, but for now, they'll get their water bottle to ensure they're not thirsty. They normally tell me, "Doctor, we are thirsty." And so now I'm giving them a bottle to ensure they have water at all the times, even though they normally mean something else. Wait. Just stand and wait for everybody. So they get a bottle and of course a flash disk to ensure they can carry all the heavy material for supporting the other teachers. So next time they tell me, "Doctor, I am thirsty," I will just ask them, "What's in the bottle?" Okay, so these are our champion teachers from Southern Province. Let's clap for them, please. They do great work. Thank you. Have a seat. Let's have those from Northern Province. All the champion teachers from Northern Province, very quickly. Noel, I thought you were from Kigali. Oh, you coordinate Northern Province. I'm sorry. All the champion teachers from Northern Province. So we have some teachers who coordinate districts outside where they teach, and that's part of the beauty, because It allows for the cross-pollination of ideas across districts. Thank you very much, Northern Province. Let's have Western Province. Please clap for them. All our champion teachers coordinating districts in Western Province, please. Looks like they're quite a number. A lot of the leaders in teaching districts are in Western Province. Thank you very much. I believe the photos have been taken with your water. Oh, some people are still receiving their bottles. So we shall not have any more thirstiness in the districts. Thank you. Eastern Province is the last province. If you are coordinating a district in the Eastern Province, please come forward. You're the last group. No. These are our coordinators coordinating districts in the Eastern Province. So once again, let's clap for all the teachers again. That brings us to a near close. We have the final 4 awards.
And that category is the Director's Award. And these are 4 scholarships that were fully secured for these teachers. Irene is going to tell us about the award.
Thank you. So we have 4 scholarships to give to 4 of our teachers. As our CEO Lydie mentioned, one of the things that we are really passionate about is to see how to empower our teachers. And one of the things we're excited about is that out of the funds that we were able to raise during this process, we have remained with some of the money that we would like to put together as a seed money for teacher scholarships. So I'm going to give a little bit of a narrative behind the Director's Award. So as you have seen, we are a big family of teachers. We work with about 3,500 teachers. In our sector, we have teachers who have a degree program. Of course, some have masters. But we also have teachers who have diplomas, and we also have teachers who have certificates. And of course, it is the aspiration of many of the teachers to grow in their professional development, that is, move from one stage to another, from a certificate to a degree, or from a certificate to at least a diploma, and from a diploma to at least a degree. And as the director, the teachers tend to talk to me a lot. It's not just about teacher training, but there's a sense that we are a family, so I get to listen a lot to the teachers. I get to observe some of the aspirations that they have, and the desire especially that most of them have towards growing in their professional growth. One, it will be valuable for their teaching, for their sense of confidence that they would have in the classroom, for their mastery of content. But on another angle, for a number of them, for example, if they are certificates to move to diploma, being able to do that would actually translate to also impact to them as professionals, because it would translate into a better pay. So I get to listen to so many teachers, and I would say we walk around with this sense of aspiration and the desire to want to support our teachers. And so one of the things I did in the course of this, as you've realized, the awards that were given were actually donated by individuals. We had different members from different institutions, including ICDL, Chanen, AIMS, and so many other individuals. But I asked myself as a director what it is that I really wanted to give out. I know I donated one award, but I knew from the stories that I hear from my teachers that one of the greatest gifts we can give them is helping those who want to move to the next level, move to the next level. So I was able to talk to my friends in my network, and we were able to put together a commitment to support 4 teachers with full scholarships to actually ensure that they can proceed on to the next level. And the selection process was quite tough, but it was based either on the teachers having reached out to me or some observation. And I believe as we grow the fund on the more corporate level, we'll be able to have more teachers. But these 4 scholarships are actually scholarships from my family. So you had Mary J. Africa Teacher Scholarships. Mary J. is my mother. She's a veteran teacher. She's a retired teacher, very passionate about teaching. And as a family, we felt that's one of the best way we can honor her together with our friends. So we have 4 teachers in our midst. They do not know about this. They are actually going to get the scholarships, 2 to pursue their degree from diploma, and 2 to pursue their diploma from certificate. Thank you.
So to do us this honors, I'd like to invite Dr. Fabienne Habimana from Miniduke to do us the honors and present one of the awards. So this award goes to Mucho Bosco to pursue a degree program equivalent to 1,400,000 Rwandan francs. To do us the honors after Dr. Fabienne, I'd like to invite Noelle, one of Herine's daughters, to come and present the award on behalf of the family. So, thank you, Dr. Fabienne. So this award goes to Emmanuel Pacifique, and he also receives the same amount to pursue a degree program equivalent to 1,400,000 Rwandan francs. And he performed 100% throughout the training program. Thank you, Noel. I'd like to invite Gabrielle to present the next award. And this award goes to Celestine from Karongi District. And this award is to pursue a diploma program, from a certificate to pursue a diploma program equivalent to 900,000 Rwandan francs. The final award, and not the least, will be presented by Michelle. And this award goes to Beatrice Umawahoro from Karongi District. And this award is to enable her pursue a diploma program from her certificate, and it's also worth 900,000 Rwandan francs. Thank you so much, Michelle. Please do not go away. So Michelle is going to give us another performance as we get into the latter part of the program. So thank you so much, all those who presented the awards, and congratulations to our OD. So I'm going to hand over to Michelle.
Okay, so just for our viewers who are watching, our teachers, we valued the collaboration that we had at the center, and we also identified 2 centers who worked very well together. Their teachers were most active as a team, and we'll be awarding, even though they're not here, we will be taking the awards to them next week when we go for the physical trainings. And we have 2 awards. One of them is a deck. I know I'm not pronouncing that very well, from Ngororero district. So let's give them a clap, even though they're not here. Around 56 teachers who will get their water bottles and their flash discs. And then the other one is Mukaranje from Kayonza. So the 2 are the best and most active training centers. They work together, they mobilized one another, and they were the most active in terms of their scores and their levels of engagement. So as you listen, next week as we come to the districts, we'll be bringing you a present. Thank you very much. I'm asking if I can sing with them.
Hello, I'm back again. Don't know if the sound is ready. I'm ready when you're ready. Could you, the instrumental, make it louder? Sorry, I think you're playing the wrong instrumental. You're playing the wrong instrumental.
Sorry, there's a mix-up, so we're going to pause that performance. And multimedia team, please kindly put the sound off. Thank you. Apologies for that. And I would want to take advantage of this to invite Ruth to come and give us her speech.
Hello. Congratulations to all our teachers, and happy Sunday to all of you. I would like to start by welcoming our dear guests in this place, and all ladies and gentlemen, dear teachers, thank you for making this colorful day. It's a special day for us, and I'm so happy. Actually, I would mention that since the outbreak of coronavirus, this is my first time to meet in such a big congregation, so it's a happy Sunday for me. I'm Ruth Mukachmenyi. I work with the Mastercard Foundation as a program manager for Leaders in Teaching Initiative. And I'm really privileged to stand before you here to represent the Mastercard Foundation office in Rwanda. I'm so glad that at least this award event has been mentioned before. I think as Lady mentioned, it was mentioned in another event with the UNESCO. And I'm happy that it has happened today. So I think before I give my remarks, I would start briefly and give a brief remark on, and of course starting with a brief context about Mastercard Foundation. I think for the dear teachers, and some of you have not maybe heard about MasterCard Foundation. And some of us really confuse it with MasterCard as a card. So this is MasterCard Foundation that has lots of interventions and support to the government in different sectors. But specifically here, this is Readers in Teaching. The intervention is education. So MasterCard Foundation has, of course, launched the Young African Work Strategy. And for Rwanda, there are two initiatives, Readers in Teaching Initiative and Hanga Hazaza that supports in tourism and hospitality. So Readers in Teaching Initiative, really, we are happy that this is the approach that aim to elevate the competencies and skills of teachers in Rwanda and across the continent. So Leaders in Teaching through AIM's TTP program is one of the partnership we have, in addition to many partners, a consortium of partnerships we have with the other international and local organizations that are working with government, closely with the government and other development partners to support the work of education in Rwanda and, of course, improve education in Rwanda. I'm really happy to say that AIMS is really close to the heart of teachers and really, and I've seen different activities that they go beyond even teachers and really work with the students, which we think as we are really striving to improve the quality and competencies of teachers, our aim is to improve learning outcomes, which that we think even the government and all different development partners, that's our target, to see that the learning outcomes really are elevated. So, of course, we all agree, and Leaders in Teaching initiative believe that qualified teachers, I'm adding that qualified teachers and motivated teachers have a big influence in the lives of young people, which we think that if young people go through hands of good teachers and qualified teachers, they will be confident again to have and access different opportunities around the world, even from our countries, from the continent, even to the world. So we are really full for the work of AIMS. You're doing a great work. Specifically supporting and elevating the skills of teachers in math and science, and of course ICT. We think this is a very critical part of our education, and as of course the government really emphasizes and reinforces the elevation of science and math in schools. AIMS, you're part and parcel of that, and you're doing a great work. Of course, through Readers in Teaching, we're not only looking at science and math teachers, we want to do even more in education to improve quality of education. And of course, if you can go on Google or you browse, you see a lot of work that's being done through our Leaders in Teaching initiative. So for AIMS specifically, we are really happy for this event. We are really happy that you're bringing out teachers to express their work, and this sign of awarding is very important. I think other teachers, even those who are not here, the small group here representing other teachers are really like feeling proud of the work you're doing, and of course all of us partners and of course government are proud of you because you are doing a great work on the field. We are really happy that as MasterCard Foundation through Leaders in Teaching, we wish to do more out of work and support teachers specifically. Like Leaders in Teaching initiative, of course, look at teachers in an approach that it will support in 4 pillars. That first of all is training. We think training, in addition to other pillars like leadership, recruitment, and motivation, I think training a teacher, you're really trying to make sure that even if this teacher has really completed the pre-service, but then when they're in service, there's a lot of need for them to elevate their skills and competencies. So one more pillar that we're really looking forward to work on with the motivation of teachers. I think, as you all understand, there's a lot of turnover of teachers from the profession, and working with the Ministry of Education, we think that a motivated teacher who is confident will really work very well and support the students, the young people that go through their hands every year. So teachers, you're really at the heart of many of us, and we think that your work you're doing is really important and very critical for the development of the country by improving quality of education. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. And we would like to invite at this point Michelle to come give us a performance before we move on to our guest of honor.
Good afternoon. The song is called Titanium, and it's just to show how I feel teachers are tough and nothing can stop them from what they can do. Thank you. You shut me down, but I can hear what you say. Talking loud, not saying much. Oh, uncriticized, all your bullets ricochet. Shut me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shut me down, but I won't fall. I entertain. You shut me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Goes down, haunted love. Criticize, all your bullets ricochet. Ooh, you shut me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shut me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shut me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Stone heart, machine gun, firing at the ones who run. Stone hard like a bulletproof glass. You shut me down, but I will fall. I entertain. You shut me down, but I will fall. I entertain. Stone hard machine gun. I entertain. Stone hard machine gun. I entertain. I entertain. I am titanium. I am titanium. I am titanium. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm told that's Michelle's contribution to the event. So she's doing this for us pro bono. So let's give her another round of applause. So whilst we were presenting the awards, there was one person we left out, and I would like to call Eric to do us the honors and present the award to the person. His name is Jean Felix from Rubavu District. Thank you, Eric. So at this point, I'd like to invite Dr. Fabienne Habimana from Meduduke to give us the speech of the guest of honor. Thank you. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Fabienne.
Yeah, I was trying to say good morning, but it's now 1. Good afternoon to everybody. Yeah, as they say, my name is Dr. Kambe Award. I'm working in the Ministry of Education in charge of Science, Technology, Innovation, and Research. We have been working with AIMS in many programs, and today, without maybe going through all protocols because we are running out of time, I want to appreciate the presence of the CEO of African Institute of Mathematics Science, the Chanen International Representative, MasterCard Foundation, and also District Education Representative, teachers. I'm very happy to be with you from this morning up to this time to be with you in this teacher award ceremony where we are recognizing mathematics and science teachers for their efforts demonstrated during this AIMS teacher training program that was conducted online. As you know, at the start of this COVID-19 pandemic, we had to close all schools to ensure the mitigation of COVID-19 pandemic. So we recognize that we still need to continue to follow all guidelines while we have to resume schools and support our children to learn in a safe environment. So I would like to thank AIMS leadership for championing and recognizing hardworking teachers across the country, but of course within these 14 districts. And I hope not only 14 districts, we need to think about other districts because we are having a very good experience, and we think this good experience can be expanded to all districts. So our teachers have worked hard to adapt themselves within these unprecedented times, but as we saw, they have shown a very good progress, and I hope these teachers will be able to help others in their respective district and schools so that the knowledge they acquired can be shared, and the use of these new technologies and ICT in their way of making their lesson practical. I think the COVID-19 has taught us so many things, and we think after this we will be able to extend our efforts using these IT tools and the online platforms. As the government, in MINEDIC, we are putting in place strategies to accelerate access to devices, internet, and other infrastructures so that every teacher and as well as students can get them. Our gratitude then goes to all partners who are supporting us in this process. I would like to mention something that we are doing this time to support the teaching of science and STEM, science, mathematics, and engineering. So we are developing a STEM school education strategy because we want to make it strong. We have been talking about STEM programs. We have been talking about STEM enhancement, but this time with our partners, with the World Bank and the other institutions, we are developing the national STEM education strategy. So, and we hope this strategy will help us to make sure that even this teaching program will be included so that what we want our students to acquire, first of all, goes through the teacher because they are teachers who are going to deliver the content. So coming back, I would like to commend all teachers for their efforts during this pandemic because they have tried to improve their skills, although they were not in the classroom, they were not in schools, but they tried to use that time to improve their skills, and I hope now with school reopening, they are putting into practice what they have acquired through this training. So I hope you will be our champions and continue teaching and helping other fellow teachers in the pedagogical training, also in English proficiency and lesson planning. Again, I also like to recognize the teacher district coordinators who have been helping in this process. Again, my thanks comes again to the MasterCard Foundation for continuing to support good programs in the Rwanda education sector. So we also recognize the efforts made by the Rwanda National Commission for UNESCO and the Chance International for partnering with AIMS in this teacher training program. Again, I would like to present my thanks to AIMS for their continued work in the education sector, and we assure them of the government support and the collaboration in whatever we are doing, especially in the support of STEM and science in the country. Last but not least, I would like to thank the teachers again who continue to work hard to ensure that Rwandan children are embracing STEM. In the National Strategy for Transformation, NST1, we also have what we call Education Sector Strategic Plan. The STEM development is one of the key pillars that the government of Rwanda have chosen to help to make Rwanda a knowledge-based economy in the future. So with this consideration, we think the STEM education program should be strengthened, and teachers are the key person, the key people who will be helping. I think they are the ones to help the government to achieve this goal, because the minister and the ministry staff, REB, we cannot go to teach every child, but we know that the efforts made by our teachers will, at the end of the day, will be a key factor for transformation of this country. So we hope, while we are saying the kids are our future, but we believe the future in teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Habimana. At this point, we are getting to the end of today's program, and I would like to invite a representative of the teachers to come give us the vote of thanks.
Honorable guests of honor, representatives from Chanen International, Minedik, REB, MasterCard Foundation, UNESCO, University of Rwanda for Education, ICL, MTN, today's awardee, teachers, all protocol observed. Good morning. I'm Sylvie Ingabire Mnizerwa, a teacher of biology and chemistry at Fawe Girls School and AIMS Karongi District Coordinator. First of all, I would like to thank all the AIMS TTP champion teacher who gave me this opportunity to stand here on this special day to give a vote of thanks on their behalf. It's an auspicious occasion and it is a matter of honor for me. I would like to thank all the distinguished representatives who have graced us with their presence. I also extend my thanks to the organizing team, AIM staff members, for making this day perfect. This ceremony could not have been successful without you. On behalf of the entire group of teachers trained by AIMS, I would like to thank AIMS, REB, Mineduc, and all other partners for planning and making online and face-to-face by providing internet bundle to about 2,000 math and teachers in 14 districts across Rwanda. You provided all the transport and accommodation facilities for all teachers who attended the face-to-face training. And on top of that, you created a conducive environment where math and science teachers in the same district, same sector, can gather in the same center to talk and share their experiences. Without you, this training would not have been possible. Thank you very much once again. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all AIM staff, especially Dr. Herin. Without your hard working, courage, efforts and your inspiring words to all teachers, I would not be standing here today. You are our role model. Many science female teachers were not interested in using technologies and smartphones. But because of your inspiration words, we decided to sell our goats. And today, we have and we are using smartphones in our teaching and our daily activities. Now, because we learned from you that information is the power, we can now have an access to information social media. I can't leave this panel without passing my request on behalf of all math and science teachers in 14 districts. Even though we achieved more, but we are still having a long journey, that we will still need you to guide us. Last but not least, I thank you all teachers for your hard work, your persistence, your commitment, and your active participation throughout the training. I once again thank everyone who made this training program a success. God bless you all. Murakoze cyane.
Thank you, Sylvie. So we've come to the end of today's program, and also failed to introduce myself at the beginning. So my name is Samson Adute, and I work with AIMS, and it was a pleasure emceeing today's program. So before we all move out, we'd like to take a photograph of everyone here, and I'm wondering, okay, Eric? Here, right? Okay. So please do us the honors and come forward. We'd like to take a group photograph, after which we'll go outside for lunch. Sandrine, can you wave? So Sandrine is responsible for our partners and distinguished guests today, and our teachers would also be taken care of by Eric and the rest of the TTP team. So please, let's come forward to take the picture, after which we go out for lunch. Everyone.
Teachers play a paramount role in nurturing young minds to become intelligent problem solvers. They always work hard to bring the best out of us.
When we fail in class, our teachers push us to try again and to never give up.
Many of us have always looked up to them.
On a sunny day, when all of us were retired, they have always shown courage. On a rainy morning, they never missed the class. I'm so grateful to them, and I will walk in their footsteps to nurture the next generation of leaders.
From all corners of the world, they put in a lot of effort to ensure our dreams are not shut down. At every step of the journey, they have always been the cheerleaders of our successes.
When I was 17, my teacher took me to a science competition. I succeeded well at the local level and represented my country at the East African community level. Even my parents did not believe I could make it. However, my teacher was there for me in all stages of the competition. I was given an air ticket, but my teacher took an 8 hours drive to support me at the finals. I cannot thank him enough.
When they get home from school, they keep working, correcting papers, quizzes, and preparing for the following day's class. And they have to review extra resources as a strategy for sharpening their skills to ensure they are always up to date and ready to deliver in the best possible way. Through the AIMS Teacher Awards, we mark the beginning of working together with our partners, like-minded institutions, and members of the public to give impetus to our teachers the shapers of Africa's future leaders.